Hey guys, welcome to the Chelsea SW6 match preview. Leicester versus Chelsea, and the game is tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and I couldn't be more excited. The international break is finally over. We've got 7 games this month, and you know what? It's going to be a very interesting month because we're playing in 3 very different competitions. It'll be very interesting to see what Antonio Conte does to actually maybe rotate the squad and which players actually do get a place in the team, and how this progresses the team in terms of who the first choice 11 actually are for our team. However, it is Leicester versus Chelsea. Let's get the preview underway. I want to start off by saying there is obviously a big rivalry between these two clubs, and it's a rivalry that dates back all the way to the 1970s. However, one thing we can definitely draw a bit of strength from is the fact that in the past 13 meetings in all competitions, we have won 11 of them. That already shows you a great indication of how dominant we have been in this fixture, all the way dating back to 2001. Now, another thing that I want to look at is back last season when we faced them 3 times, 2 in the league and 1 in the League Cup. Now, on the screen, you can now see that in the last 2 league games that we faced them, we've managed to score 6 goals where they scored none. Whereas in the League Cup, it was a bit of a closer game. After extra time, we managed to beat them 4-2 after the Cesc Fabregas magic. Now, again, it's a game that I feel like will probably be a little bit more tough this season because they have strengthened quite well. However, I do feel like this is a game that, based on what we've done in the past, we can definitely be again on the winning side, and it's a game that I expect us to pick up 3 points. So earlier today at the press conference, Antonio Conte did reveal a few things. He did reveal that we have a full squad available to us to pick from, and I think that is fantastic news that Chelsea fans have been waiting for. His only griping point actually was the fact that he was wondering how many minutes Eden Hazard would be capable of playing. What we do know is Eden Hazard, in the 2 games that he played for Belgium, he did get a few minutes, and that already increases his match fitness before having obviously played for our under-23s before the international break. Now, I think what this does enable more than anything is having a full squad available means that there are a few different ways we can approach games, and it does seem like the manager is far more confident. I think that confidence will probably definitely rub on the squad. It means our approaches to games are far more better. The only obviously person that is suspended is Gary Cahill, who's serving his final ban, and after that we will have him back. And it'll be interesting to see whether he actually does make it back in the team. I fully do expect him to make it back into the team, but I do think this is finally shaping up to be a strong team. Eden Hazard is raring to go, and I did say in the past videos that Eden Hazard up front with Alvaro Morata is something that excites me, and it seems like Eden Hazard agrees, and Eden Hazard has been talking about it all week long as well. I generally feel like we've got a strong squad. On your screen right now, you should see the expected lineup between myself and Tony, actually, who have come to an agreement about what we expect for this game. And you can see that Cesar Azpilicueta is definitely part of the team. Courtois in goal, David Luiz, Rudiger, Alonso as well as Victor Moses. That's already, our backs is completely sorted out there. N'Golo Kante as well as Cesc Fabregas. I mean, Fabregas' distribution is unmatched in this league. The work rate of N'Golo Kante is something other teams are dying for. And you then have someone, the 3 at the front, which is basically Pedro, Alvaro Morata as well as Willian. And I think those are 3 players that I feel like are starting to show a little bit of understanding between each other. And I think there's no need for us to take a risk with Eden Hazard just yet. That was a great conversation for a lot of Chelsea fans as well, because I think we can remember the fact that he has had a long sidelining injury there, but also the fact that he has had no preseason whatsoever. And Antonio Conte also made a good mention about the fact that he did speak to Roberto Martinez and actually agree with him that, you know, Eden Hazard needed match fitness, and he needed to give him some sort of game time, but also be very careful about how much game time he gave him. And he seemed very happy at the press conference in terms of what Eden Hazard was able to achieve by going into this international break. And I think for that reason, Eden Hazard on the bench is not necessarily a bad thing here for us. I think it's great that we're not rushing him back, and I think that's probably the best and the right call to make, thinking long term and thinking about the season anyway. And when you look at the bench, I think there's so many great sort of players for us to actually put in at some point, and I do expect at least 3 players to probably come on at some stage during the game. I think Eden Hazard is someone that we all expect to come on at some point. I think Michy Batshuayi is someone else I'd expect to come on. I do think that Alvaro Morata still needs a little bit more time to be able to do 90 minutes of football, and I think for that reason Michy coming on probably in the 75th minute, 80th minute onwards, I can see Michy coming on. And it wouldn't really surprise me if we saw Zappacosta make his debut as well in this game, because I think, and Antonio Conte making a reference in regards to the amount of adapting he has to do for Antonio's style of play. He said that he was familiar with the play and the play had less adapting to do. And I think that's a little bit of an indication to say that the play is more ready than the newer plays that we've gotten. Now, let's talk about Leicester for a second here. Leicester haven't had necessarily the easiest start to the season. They have already had to face Arsenal and Man United in their first 3 games of the Premier League, which is crazy. Unfortunately, they've lost to both of them, but they did show a good showing against Arsenal and obviously beat Brighton before eventually losing to Man United just before the international break. I think when it comes to Leicester and their threats, I feel like there are 3 particular threats that we need to look at. And if we can keep these 3 players quiet, I do believe that we've definitely won this game for sure. And the 3 players that I'm going to be talking about are Jamie Vardy firstly. Jamie Vardy is a player that we've been linked with. Jamie Vardy's work rate, Jamie Vardy's pace, Jamie Vardy's ability to score, I think, are a big threat. It's a big threat for any team that faces Leicester. So if we can keep him quiet, I think we can already say that Leicester's biggest scoring ability is already out of the question there. The second player I want to look at is actually Riyad Mahrez. Again, another player that we've been linked with. Riyad Mahrez is starting to show glimpses of the title-winning season and performances he used to put on, and I think for that reason he's a player that we need to definitely have a look at, and he's a player that hopefully in January we can probably go back for. But in this game, I think he's someone that is great at taking on players, and he's someone that is definitely a threat, and if we can keep him quiet, it'll definitely be in our benefit. The third player for me, however, is the player that I feel is probably the one that's been spoken about the least, but he's put on some outstanding performances. They signed him this summer for 17 million, and Harry Maguire has shown some outstanding performances, and he's showing glimpses that show him to be a capable top 6 player in my opinion. Harry Maguire is comfortable on the ball, he's an aerial threat, and he's already being actually called up to the England squad this past international break, and I think that is an indication of where the play is actually headed. So that is definitely a great signing for them. Those are the 3 threats I think we need to be worried about against Leicester, and if we keep them quiet, my expectancy for this game is we'll definitely win comfortably. I do think that we're more than likely going to concede, so in my opinion, I would say that I am predicting a scoreline of 3-1 to Chelsea. And I do think that this is going to be a game that's going to show us a little bit about the character in our squad, but also the depth in our squad, because we have finally got a full available squad, obviously with the exception of Gary Cahill. Now, that's me and what my opinion is of the situation. Now, I want you to actually hear from Tony. So, Tony, over to you, my friend.
Cheers, Bo, and as you can see, I'm actually right now, at this moment in time, the King Power Stadium. Exactly where we'll be playing our game tomorrow against Leicester City, 3 PM, and of course I'll be here again. And the reason why I'm here is because I work for a national company. I actually run 27 branches, and one of those branches, of course, is Leicester. And I'm in Leicester today, and obviously I thought I'd come down here with the old backdrop of the stadium, and as we know, this is the scene of many poignant games down the years. Last season, of course, we played Leicester City twice and won both games in the League Cup. We won after extra time 4-2 with a Cesc Fabregas magic, and of course we won 3-0 in the league. We also won 3-0 actually at home in the league. But back to the King Power, the year before, of course, really poignant moment. It was the game, the last game under Jose Mourinho, and as we all know, Jose Mourinho after that got sacked with a 2-1 defeat here. And of course, the season before last was only 9 months before, obviously still 2015. It was really late in the season, late April, and the victory here, the 3-1 victory here, we were all celebrating on this concourse outside, because we knew then that we'd won the league. And so it's been some real humdinger games. I'm expecting a great performance, a really good performance. We're in good form. Not quite sure what sort of team we're likely to go, whether Eden Hazard's going to be starting the game, but I think it'll be Thibaut Courtois, Cesar Azpilicueta, I think it'll still be Rudiger, and obviously David Luiz. Holding mid, I think it'll be Cesc Fabregas, and it'll also be N'Golo Kante. Pretty sure he'll get a really good reception here, and indeed 2 wing backs, Victor Moses, Marcus Alonso, and indeed up front it's likely to be Pedro. Well, as you can see, guys, I got moved on. Apparently there's no filming allowed whatsoever, no media access. I said I wasn't media, it was just YouTube, it was just something, you know, nothing on the same sort of scale which they're obviously trying to protect. But he weren't having none of it, and of course the security marched me. And apparently I'm across the other side of the road now, and apparently this is all okay to film outside. But just picking up on the team, as I was mentioning, I think I went with the wing backs, obviously, of Marcus Alonso and Victor Moses. I think Pedro and William will start with Eden Hazard on the bench, and of course up front Avera Morata. I'm expecting our bench to be strong. Bakayoko, obviously Michy Batshuayi, and you know, Danny Drinkwater, and who knows, he might even get a game, and wonder what sort of reception he's likely to get. I'm expecting N'Golo Kante to get one, a good one that is, but as for Danny Drinkwater, who knows. But as for the result, guys, I'm expecting this to get a win. We've got a great record against Leicester City, and why not? I fully expect us to win this game, and I'm going to go for Leicester City 1, Chelsea 2, and from a King Power Stadium, back to you, Mo.
Thank you very much, Tony. Obviously, Tony's being asked to move away from the stadium there, but you've heard his score prediction, you've heard his expectation for this match. He's expecting a 2-1 victory, whereas I am expecting a 3-1 victory. And actually, myself and Tony will be traveling to Leicester together and going to the game tomorrow, which I'm really excited about because it's my second ever away game, and I can't wait for it. But even more so, we'll be doing a match vlog as well as a match stream review as well. And that will be on Sunday at 9:30. Please make sure that you join us then. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching the match preview there, guys, and if you've liked that, can you please make sure that you give it a thumbs up, but also would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. So please, in the comments down below, tell us what your expected lineup is for this match, but also what you expect the scoreline to be.